On today's show, fajitas and tips with onions, harvesting and preparing onions to cook with. Also, I thought I'd share a little bit about my background. I got my start in the food business, I guess at my mama's side, watching mama cook. Great stories about my mother and her cooking. My first job was at the grocery store, the A&P in Conyers, Georgia. My first job in California was at Alpha Beta on 3rd Street in San Rafael. Now it's a Whole Food. Remember Alpha Beta? Tell a friend. Well, that's what I want you to do about this show. If you like what I'm doing, tell a friend or 3. Also, along my culinary journey, I worked with some incredible human beings. Julia Child. Wow, one of the highlights of my career was being asked to host one of the parties for Julia's 90th birthday. Worked with Joe Carcione in the early days when I started my first produce company, Peaches, named for my home state, Georgia. And I supplied restaurants from South San Francisco all the way up to Fort Bragg. I loved that job. And Joe taught me a lot of things about how to buy, how to choose, and how to store fresh fruits and vegetables. Had a chance to work with Frida Kaplan. Frida started a company, Frida's Finest. And a lot of the foods that we think of nowadays as common foods, Frida brought them to the country, and her daughters carried on her legacy. So some great things. I worked with some incredible chefs, Jacques Pepin, the Two Hot Tamales, Mary Sue and Susan down in LA, Bobby Flay, Emerald Lagasse and I, we all helped start the Food Network. Well, Bobby really came in after us, but that's the story for another time. Anyway, hope you're enjoying this little show we're trying to do. It's community TV. We're going to have a lot of fun. And if you think... Hi, I'm Curtis, and welcome to my kitchen. Tonight, fajitas. Oh, I love fajitas. So does Lisa. So tonight I'm going to share my version of this wonderful Mexican dish that America just loves. Now, the dish got its start down in Texas, Tex-Mex cuisine. The truth, what I've researched is that the caballeros, the cowboys, the Mexican cowboys, were paid in part by meats off the cow, right? The skirt steak, which the white dudes didn't want, so they give them to the caballeros. They take home and make these beautiful fajitas with them. So this is the skirt steak, what they considered a lesser cut of meat back in the day. Now we love skirt steak. And I'm gonna make steak and chicken fajitas. And I've also got a little ribeye, a piece of ribeye I had left over, so I'm gonna dice that up as well and use it in my fajitas. Now, also, we've got my own little blend of spices that I'm gonna mix with olive oil and some crushed garlic to marinate the meat in. That's kind of my fajita sauce. I don't like it too hot, so I'm kind of mild with mine. If you like it with more robust, more heat, add more chili to it, right? My buddy Miguelito Gordino, mi amigo, loves the hot stuff. When I go to his house, we have our tequila shots with a little bit of a little lime, and then we have our fajitas, and his are too hot for me to eat, so I make that mild fajita. Onion. I'm going to use a white onion here. Then I've got peppers, green pepper, yellow, red pepper. Ooh, colorblind Curtis, right? And I wanted to show you this pepper. I talked early on one of the shows about I got my start in television, giving tips on how to buy and use fresh fruits and vegetables. When buying peppers, what I want you to do is, this is an easy tip here. Just shake it. If you hear something, that means the pepper is old. The inside has started to collapse, and I'll show you right here. This one. Hope you can hear that rattle in there. This is an older pepper. And you can also see where it started to kind of wrinkle up around the top there. So those you want to stay away from. Okay, let's get to making our fajitas. So first thing I'm going to do is prep my meat, mix my marinade, and put that in the fridge until we're ready to cook with it. I would love for you to, if you've got an hour, to marinate ahead of time. So you want all that flavor to get into your meats. And then we'll chop our vegetables, heat up that cast iron skillet, and then we will, finish it up with our beautiful tortillas. I like the flour tortilla. I'm sorry. If you like corn, use corn. I do love the flour tortilla. I'm going to start with my chicken first. Again, I'm going to, because it's such a thick piece, I think I'll just butterfly it. Through the middle here. It's so thick. There we go. Open that up. And we're just going to cut it into strips. Now you can do dices. Remember, I love stressing the point that recipes are just starting points. Changed out cutting boards as well as knives to do our beef. So I'll do the skirt steak first, and we're just gonna, again, cut it in strips. We're gonna place it all in that little container to marinate. Again, we've got this iced down so the container is nice and cold, but we will put this in the fridge while we prep the vegetables, as well as for the marinating. And you can cut the strips as long or as short as you like. Again, you can cut them into chunks, whatever suits your fancy. That's beautiful. You notice there's a lot of marbling in this. Marbling is just a fancy way of saying fat, right? So this is why that skirt steak wasn't considered a prime cut of meat that the ranchers would give to the caballeros. But hey, you know, we find ways of doing things like my ancestors. You know, we had to eat, they say, high on the hog, you know, the hog head, the things that the plantation owners didn't want to eat. We can make some great meals out of. Let's do that ribeye. Take it, cut nice long slices of there. And beautiful. Cut that little part, and we'll trim the fat there. I think I'll cut these through the middle as well. We'll make our marinade and we'll put these in the fridge, and let's prep our vegetables. I've got my two peppers, my onion, so let's just prep the onion first. I'm going to put these in two separate bowls. Ready? Peppers, and there's so many different ways to do your peppers. I like to just cut right to the top here so I can remove that seed pocket. I just reach in and pull it out, and then I'll take and just pop it like this to get all the rest of the seeds out of there, you know, as many as possible, and then we'll have to pick the last few out. Okay, and I'm going to take and cut my pepper this way because tonight I'm making juliennes, mostly long strips. You saw the way we did the beef and the chicken, so I'm going to make long juliennes of the pepper. Try one. It tastes good right there. Woo! Fresh produce. Okay, again, pop it. Get the seeds out. I'm gonna cut the bottom off. Okay, cut through the side. Okay, then we can make our little juliennes. There's a little garlic cloves with. Just throw those in the vegetables. A couple left over, don't want to waste them, right? Throw them in with the veggies. So we'll get 2 cast iron skillets out, and we will get them hot, and let's start some snap, crackle, and a whole lot of pop. Start our chicken in this pan, and I've got them separated. So hopefully we'll get that nice little sizzle. I love that sound right there. Yeah, baby. And just go ahead and move everything around the pan and let it saute. Like I said, the chicken takes longer to cook than the beef. So let's go ahead and get this pan started now. Notice I've got 2 different utensils, one for the chicken, and on the other side I have one for the beef, okay? We'll give that a chance to come up to heat, and just take your time, turn it over. And I'm going to divide my onions and peppers between the two cast iron skillets. Now the temperature you want, the internal temperature for chicken is 165. However, when you're cooking little strips like this, you really don't need to use your meat thermometer. Thermometer, that's a tough word to say for me, huh? But you can test it. Just look at it in a small enough way you can cut a piece and just see this cooked all the way through. However, you can always use your meat thermometer to check. Let's see how this is coming along. Not quite there yet. Bonito, that's beautiful. I'm going to add part of my onions already. We'll get the onions in here. Not quite all, not quite half. Save those for the, I'm going to let the onions cook a little longer than I do the peppers. I'm going to turn those over. We're getting there. The kitchen smells so good. Cast iron is great for making fajitas or any of the quick frying dishes because it holds the heat throughout the pan. Pan maintains a nice temperature. Okay, let's add our beef here. Smells so good. Ooh, baby. Now the beef cooks much quicker than your chicken. And the temperature, internal temperature, does not have to be as high as as we say in the South, the yard bird. Chicken, that is. Let's add some peppers. I'm going to push it to the side and add the onion right in the middle there. Give that a second to cook before we add those beautiful peppers. I'm going to add my seasoning that I made. Remember, if you like it hot, some like it hot, some like it hot. Who sang that song? Robert Palmer? Is it? All right, let's check on the onions and our beef. Notice we got the two different utensils, one for chicken, one for beef. Wow, wow, that's gorgeous, y'all. Make a well in the middle there. I added just a pinch of cinnamon just to give it a little flair. So if you want to try that, go for it. I really like sometimes to mix cinnamon in. It helps to bring out other flavors when I do a little spicy. And remember, I like it mild, and I'm not crazy about too spicy. I'm going to lower the... Slide that to the back. All right, the last step is to heat our tortillas before putting together our fajitas. And I just do it on my open flame like that. 1001, 1002. I usually do 10 seconds per side. You know, this is when moms, dads, you do. I don't want the kids doing it, okay? Because we got an open flame. And they don't have those asbestos chef fingers like I do. See, it's starting to heat up there. I just love that. So what do you think? You want 2 fajitas or 3? We can keep those in the microwave till they're ready to go. Again, moms, dads, this is for you. Adults, don't have the, I don't want the kids doing this part, okay? I'm a chef and I play one on TV. I hope you enjoyed watching me make fajitas as much as I enjoy preparing them. What's the best part of it? When it's done, you get to eat, right? Well, we've got our tortillas hot right here. Nice chicken. I got beef with the beautiful vegetables in there. All the little fixings. I've got avocado, just sliced avocado, cheese, queso, sour cream. I've got some salsa and some beans. Of course, you can whatever you want to stuff in your fajita, feel free. Remember, I always stress that recipes are starting points. If there's something in my recipe you don't like, take it out, substitute, okay? I'm getting hungry. Shall we eat? Let's make one. Okay, ooh, one nice warm tortilla. I think I'll have a little chicken with some onions. Whoops, mix them, dropping them over there, huh? Don't be a messy eater, Curtis. Not a messy chef, so why be a messy eater? This is gorgeous. Let's see. And I do love my beans, so let's get some beans in there. And we'll add some avocado and some cheese. Ooh la la. Squeeze a little lemon in there. If you enjoy this, if you like what we're doing, you know, as I always say, tell a friend or 3. Peace, and it's always about spreading love. Gotta spread love. This is what we need today. We need more love, right? I sound like a 60s person, doesn't I? Well, I was born in a time. Nope, I can't sing. Oh, I'm gonna fold that over and just, oh, that's making that into a burrito, but hey. Wow. That's heaven. Spread love. All right, here's part of the harvest of my onion crop. There's the lone yellow onion right now, Spanish onion, and I've got the beautiful red Bermuda. let's go harvest some and show you how we got to this point before we get into the kitchen and start cooking. Hey friends, it's Curtis Aikens' version of From My Garden. And onions today. My onion harvest, I'm getting towards the end. It is July, late July, and Lisa and I have been enjoying these onions. I've given a lot to friends and neighbors. And I've got maybe a few yellow, the sweet onions left, but most of the ones left are the red Bermuda. So I'm going to show you when they're ripe, when they start to flop over like that. You see that there? Now, and to simply harvest onions, just pull them out of the ground and then shake that dirt off. Now, my granddaddy would take and he'd hang these up in his like his smokehouse and let them dry and cure. And I'll show you what. Here we have our red onions in the kitchen and ready to prep them for use. There's a couple ways to do it. Again, this one is beautiful. The green portion is dried up, and I'll just take my kitchen scissors, snip that off. Also trim the bottom. And everything that I'm cutting away can be used in my mulch pile. So what I do in my kitchen here is I'll just throw in a paper towel, a one-use towel like that. And one of the other beautiful things about having those different sizes, like Lisa and I are going to a party this afternoon, and I'm going to make a caprese salad. Everything coming from my garden except for, of course, the mozzarella cheese. I've got my tomatoes. I've got fresh basil from the garden. I also have a fresh arugula from the garden. And notice what I do. I'll cut the herbs and I'll put them in a glass of water. They can stay in the refrigerator or on the countertop and just add some fragrance to the kitchen. Now, once I have my onions trimmed, you can do that either with the kitchen scissors or with your nice knife. Hey guys, it's me, Curtis G, in the kitchen, having so much fun. I'm going to make a chicken parmesan. And the truth about when you make chicken parmesan, you're really doing 3 different recipes. You're going to fry the chicken. Okay, that's one. You've got to make your tomato sauce. We always call it marinara in the States. However, when I was in Pisa, I got popped in the head by a little Italian dude who says, "You mean pomodoro?" I go, "You're right." Okay. And then we're putting the whole dish together. So you got the 3 things: fried chicken, your sauce or the gravy, and then your chicken parmesan. So here I am frying up my chicken, and it's a real easy. I'm doing the chicken breast here because it's I'm taking the chicken breast, and most chicken breasts when you buy in the markets are really huge. So what I do is I butterfly, slice right through the middle, then I cut them and make 4 different pieces. That's 2, 4. That's what, 6 pieces of chicken from 2 large chicken breasts. I'm just going to saute this till it's nice and brown. Put it in. Oh, look at that! Isn't that beautiful? It's just browning nicely. Flip this over. Let that cook thoroughly. Just let it cook all the way through. Okay, now I place a lid on the pan, and because you're going to cook from the bottom as well as the top by keeping that heat, and you're cooking it, you're frying all the way around, and also it helps to keep that turkey breast moist. Isn't that beautiful chicken right there? Again, I wish you all could smell this. If you could just smell how wonderful. There's my Lawrence Welk quote. Wonderful. Oh my Lord, am I telling my age when I want Lawrence Welk? My goodness. Anyway, a one and a 2. And today on the microphone we have Stephen and Dorothy from Novato, California. And they just love to dance. All right, now look at that. Isn't that gorgeous, beautifully golden brown chicken? And I want to show you something. Here I've got just like a rack, a bacon rack, and underneath it I have some paper towel. And I'm going to allow. Can you see that? Okay. I'm going to allow the chicken to drain here because it takes very little oil when you cook like that. You know, it's going to let it drain away. And again, I'm going to put this in a container so I can. I'm frying the chicken tonight. Most of the time I'm going to make this the same day. So, you know, fast forward, just do it a little later. Okay, so I'm going to just drain the chicken while I start making my pomodoro sauce. Okay.
started.
Ah.
I mean,
So what's the secret to opening a bottle of champagne, Theo?
I didn't do it well this time, but
We'll get a chance to do it tomorrow, okay?
Actually, in a palace, we should do it without any noise. But that's why I asked you if I should pop it up. And
that's okay. No, you were perfect.
Traditionally, we push with the thumb, and bam.
No
but
pop.
it can be dangerous. And there's another way. It's with the
sword.
With how do you call it?
The sword.
Yeah.
Knife. Oui.
Slap.
Yeah. Okay, so I had a little faux pas now, Theo. Behind us, what is that beautiful thing in lights behind us there?
This is a French icon. You know, it's the Eiffel Tower, and tonight it's 130 years old.
Wow. He's working, y'all. So I'm gonna ask one more quick question. Again, I had a little snafu with my video, Theo. So now, one of the friends on the staff told me that you were a rapper. How do we find your videos again?
It's called Rasmusology. Actually, it's complicated.
DK, where we be at, man? What part of town is this?
San Gabriel, SGV.
SGV?
SGV.
LA, right?
San Gabriel Valley.
San Gabriel Valley. Now, you were telling me about this fabulous place. We just had some sushi. We're heading out to...
We just went by a Vietnamese and a Korean place. There's a Malaysian place that's closed today, but they got Malaysian there.
Oh, wow.
They got a little Japanese kind of discount department store right there.
The food here was just off the chain, bro.
Yeah, no.
So how do we tell folks when they come from Atlanta or San Francisco or from LA, from New York, how to find this spot? What's it called again?
Don't, because it's crowded already.
It's crowded. Don't come in. My man said don't come, y'all. Feel me? Peace.